Livray, as well as LaSalle student athletes, Ashley Connor and Eris McToon. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
Well, that was fun. It's nice to be in the quarterfinals. I don't know, been here in a little while, so it's nice to be there. St. Louis is an extremely well-coached team. They make runs in this tournament every year, and I was pleased that we were able to go out there and handle our business. They made us sweat a little bit at the end, but these two, had great performances. It was a really good team effort. Was really pleased with the defensive performances of our post players. It was nice to see Ashley, who once wore that uniform, have a big night. 8 assists, 1 turnover is probably the one she likes the most on that stat sheet. And really proud of that. Aris's double-double kind of propelled us. She set the tone from the beginning of the game on the boards. I didn't even look at the final numbers. We out-rebounded them. That's not what we do best. So when we're going to out-rebound our opponents, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Won the turnover battle. That's our recipe for success, and it came to life tonight.
Thank you. All right, we'll open it up to questions for our student athletes. Go ahead.
Daniel Frank from Eighton Talk. For either of you guys, this is LaSalle's first quarterfinal since 2021 and just second in the last decade. You both have been such a big part of what has been built at LaSalle. How much does this moment mean to both of you guys?
I think it's incredible just knowing that we get to keep playing together. That's all we want to do at the end of the day, and we'll play whoever comes in front of us, and just staying together and staying true to what we believe in is kind of what we've been doing. So we're here to go as far as we can just to keep playing with each other.
I'd say it's really great being a part of how far we've come. Like Ashley was saying, being together. This team has, from last year to this year, have been through some ups and downs, but this year we've really come together, played together, and we can see on the court what that means. So.
Congratulations, ladies. Zach Weiss on Anytime.com. You talk about the growth. In what areas or area do you feel that you all have grown the most this year?
I would say in almost every single area. I think just having that year under our belts last year, we went through a lot of adversity, and this year we've kind of built on that, grown from that. We've closed out games that we wouldn't have closed out last year. We've grown in the turnovers that we were committing. We've only committed 12. We probably would have never committed 12 last year. So just kind of growing in every aspect, game by game, year by year. So I think just by knowing that as players in the offseason, we worked on ourselves to get better, and it inevitably made our team that much better this year. So
I think also, like Ashley was saying, we've grown in every aspect, but a big part that I think we've grown in is being able to put all 4 quarters together. Last year, we've had some trouble staying on top of just playing all together, all 4 quarters, but this year we did really well with playing 40 minutes hard and going at the other team.
To emphasize TED Talk, this is for both Eris and Ashley. Between the two of you and Joni, it just feels like there's great synergy in terms of controlling the passing lanes, defending the point of attack. Just for you two, how much fun has it been between the 3 of you to really just be menaces on the perimeter, really start that with the point of attack?
I think for me, it's very nice when you're pressuring the ball handler and your teammate is right next to you, ready to guard the next pass. And vice versa. I know my teammate's pressuring the ball and I'm in the lane to get the next pass or whatever. But all the energy that us 3 and plus some other people on defense bring, it just feels great.
I think also knowing we have the defensive player of the year. We practice with her every day. It's hard. But as you can see, we're all learning from her, building from her. We go off of each other with things. We don't Eris isn't just for defense. She's incredible on offense too. So just kind of having that happy balance of we know it's not just going to be one person's night every night. We want everyone to step up, everyone to do everything, and that's kind of how we're getting this far. Is it's not just one person; it's all of us as one.
We'll go in front here.
No, Reaper. How much does the Rhode Island win build your confidence at this stage of the season?
I'd say it definitely showed us that even from the beginning of the season, we knew that we could beat any team, but beating Rhode Island at home in the middle of the season when they were undefeated, it really put something in our heads that we can definitely beat anybody when we actually work together, do everything we need to do, and yeah.
Exactly what she said. Exactly.
We'll go right here. Yep.
Ashley, this is obviously a tremendous win for you guys, and obviously not the end of what you guys hope to be your journey here in Henrico, but does this one taste just a little bit sweeter for you, knowing your personal journey that you've been on?
Yeah, I mean, just going through a lot, like coming from SLU to here, yeah, it does feel good beating them. I mean, no matter who it was, the win would have felt slight moving on, but I mean, yeah, I would say yeah, sure. It's okay. I still have friends on that team, like they're all good people, but yeah, it does feel good to at least us move forward and not them. Yeah.
One more up here.
Eris, how has it been finding health, finding happiness, finding your next, and how do you feel that that's made you an even more complete player on the court?
Can you like reword that?
How does it feel to be healthy?
Put a full season together.
What he said.
Honestly, it feels great. Like being able to play every single game without any
Setback.
injury, setback, anything like that. It feels really good being able to contribute to this team. Play how they want me to play, how I know I can play, without any setbacks. Like, yeah, it feels good.
Any more questions for our student athletes? Perfect. You two are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Make some more noise, bro.
All right, now we'll take questions for Coach.
First of all, thanks for the interpretation. Mountain Zach Weiss at lighting10.com. You mentioned in your opening statement that things start with Eris. Just how do you feel that she's been able to answer that it starts with her and have her teammates feed off of that energy?
I mean, she's the longest tenured player in the program. When she's been on the court over the last 3 years, we've been a really good basketball team, and she's been on the court all year this year, and it's been great. But even in her times when she was out, like, she's always led behind the scenes. She's a competitor. You heard Ashley talk about her every day in practice. Like, there's no relent in her. She's also an amazing student. Like, she's the total package. I'm lucky to have coach a kid like that.
Andrew Bassaz, A10 Talk Mountain. Guarding someone like Alyssa Kirkenmeyer is no easy task, but it looked like you sent everything but the sun at her, whether it's doubles, triples, front end of the post, having someone like Pat Note come over, rotate on the weak side. Just for you, how happy were you with the game plan you were executing against Kirkenmeyer?
Yeah, honestly, it was a lot more simple than you might think. We just did what we do defensively, and we made sure that we did it well. We front every post player, and I don't think Kiara, who's playing in her freshman season this year, has been invested in fronting the way we've wanted her to, and man, I couldn't be more proud of her tonight. Like, she was awesome. But we're supposed to help from the hole when they do throw the lobs, so they weren't true double teams. We're just selling out to steal the lobs. So Amaya and Key did an unbelievable job of executing what we've been asking them to do all year, and hopefully we just continue that. I mean, that is the game plan, and every coach in the league knows it. So there's no shock. I'm not giving away any secrets.
Any other questions for Coach?
I just wanted to note one thing, that we talk all the time in our program about playing regardless of how we do offensively. Because, sometimes, we just led wire to wire, controlled every quarter, and we shot 30%. So that means that you play basketball like that and make some shots, and you're going to be able to really do good things, and they know that. And so I'm so proud of them that they didn't let the offensive end, the ball not going in, affect them one iota, and they kept making plays.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, everyone, we are joined this evening by St. Louis head coach Rebecca Tillett, as well as St. Louis student athletes Zaya Nugent, Alexia Nelson, and Isabel Tillett. We'll start with a opening statement from Coach.
You know, really incredible evening for us in terms of our fight. I think we made a really good run there at the end. Credit to LaSalle for making a couple of back-to-back plays that, you know, held the lead for them. I think when you finish a season, it's really easy to know kind of if you did things the right way as a group, if you had the right people in the room. And, you know, we went through a real stretch of adversity, of a streak of losing, and yet every woman in the locker room stayed connected and determined to try to figure it out together. We did not have negativity. We did not have people pulling away from each other. We just had people leaning in saying, what can I do better? How can I help one of my teammates? And just incredible, you know, gift these three women are. We talked a lot about, many of us had to heal this season from something in our life or a previous basketball experience. And these three led the group. And then they were leading four dynamic, young, talented freshmen that had a lot to learn about college basketball and looked up to them every step of the way. So for example, Alyssa, Freshman of the Year, we talk about individual awards or team awards. Well, these three had something to do with Alyssa doing it. Obviously, Alyssa put in all the work. They were mentors and guides by her side of what the path is to greatness. And each of them have experienced it their own way in their college career.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up for questions for our student athletes.
Ladies, to any of you, ZachWeissAtlantic10.com, how proud of you were you of the fight, and how much of a definer was fight to the season?
I'm gonna piggyback off what my coach said. I'm so proud of this group because we went through a tough losing streak, and a lot of teams in college basketball would have drawn apart. They would have, you know, been negative coming in every day, watching film. They would have been dismissive. This group wasn't. We stayed together. We tried to find a way, try to find adjustments. We stayed happy. Every time we came in the film room, we was eager to learn and grow. So proud of this group as a whole.
Daniel Frank from Talk. Isabel, for you, as you look back on your 4 years that you had at St. Louis with the special experience you had with your mother as your coach, how do you reflect on that and summarize that just kind of in this moment?
Yeah, we like to always say that we'll never take it for granted. We talked a little bit after the game, but just the concept of being able to wake up and say hello to her every day, not having to say goodbye, is something really special, and it's something I can say I did that not everyone else gets to do. So just reflecting and all the championships, all the ups and downs, and more so just the learning from her has been invaluable, and I'll take it everywhere I go. Yeah.
Any other questions for our student athletes tonight?
Regardless of what happens on the court, leadership and finding yourselves off the court, how proud are you of finding and developing further your voices as leaders and as ladies?
I want to shout out Coach Tillett for that because she gave me a voice on the court, which led to my development off the court. So deeply, deeply appreciative of her, and just proud of my growth personally and taking a leadership role.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off that. You know, coming here, she definitely gave us all a voice and like, hey, you're gonna lead this group, and I was like, okay, like we were like, okay, like, you know, but I don't think we had experience like that, and I think, you know, she instilled that into us every day, and, you know, helped. I mean, she's a great leader herself, so I'm glad I got to learn for 1 year. I wish I had more with her, but I think I'll take a lot from her moving on, and, you know, just keep that relationship because it's so valuable, and love her to death, even though I don't even think it's been a full year yet, but yeah, for whatever time that we had together, I'm just very appreciative for her.
Anything else? All right, thank you, ladies. Our student athletes are free to go.
To, not just for Alyssa, but just find yourself and find answers within that team?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, I think, probably every post strategy this season against Alyssa as she's earned that type of coverage. I thought she had an incredible second half responding to it, and that's the story of her. You have something that happens, and she's going to learn from it really quickly and often quicker than most people. I think I shared with some of you, but we had a drill that was like team attacks, our team attacks against game plans on Alyssa. And she would, within that drill, say, give me this game plan. I'm not going to give you that because, that would help the other coaches next year. But give me this game plan so that I can get better at attacking it. And that's her mindset. How can I get better? So yeah, I think it's a strategy that we've seen before. And like I said, I think Alyssa did a good job in the second half adjusting to it.
Rebecca, Andrew Posadas, A10 Talk. At the 2:11 mark in the third quarter, you call a timeout. You guys come out of that, knock down 3 straight field goals to go into the fourth. You talk about this season, the ladies never giving up, regardless of the adversity. What was said in that huddle there, and what did you like about the response of your team, all things considered, through the first 25-plus minutes of that game?
Yeah. I thought early on, there's a little bit of nervousness that comes with, championship level play. And I thought yesterday we handled that well. You could see it early in us, but we handled it well. You felt it creep back a little bit today, so our focus as a staff was helping us, what are the positive things that are happening right now? Let's lock into that. Where are the areas that we can make an immediate change? An example was we were really poor efficiency from layups tonight, and especially early on. And when we came out of that timeout, our next 3 layups that we took, we made. So it was those types of conversations, trying to keep us a little bit calmer in our attacks, especially when we weren't shooting the ball well. Now, we've been through that. Our defense held for a long time. I mean, they shot 30%. That's not great for them. They had 1 more 3 than we would have liked. We thought we needed to hold them under 6 threes to make it a really competitive game. And then they had an advantage on the boards that we were attacking every time out, trying to close that gap.
Daniel Frank, A10 Talk. Coach, I'll give you the same question I gave your daughter. You had tremendous on-court success, not just here, but at Longwood. But I have to imagine just the most special time has been, coaching your daughter through this experience. What has it been like for you, and what are your reflections on that?
Yeah, it's really going to be probably some of the most 5 memorable years of our life, and we'll get all our life together. But just to have the opportunity, if you love teams, and all of you in this room love sports and are attracted to teams and what they're capable of doing and how inspiring they can be, she's grown up in teams, just as a baby until now. So she's fascinated by them and how they work and how to make them better. And I've loved that time with her, thinking that through. I don't know if any player we've ever coached has planned more team activities. She just wants them to be together as often as possible and build those off-court bonds so that they can hopefully translate on the court. As a mom and her coach, special year to watch her lead a crew of young freshmen that will, one of the biggest compliments you can get as a mom is if someone says your daughter was kind to them or took care of them or was a good mentor to them. And she's heard that a lot this year. So I think I'll walk away with that memory with her and then look forward to seeing what she does in her career.
Let's go right here.
segueing off of that, St. Joe's a similar situation. So, summer meetings or whatever, because you only get 2 minutes before a game, you and Cindy
Yes.
compare notes.
Great question. Actually, our daughters have compared more notes than us. It's a really neat story. After we played St. Joe's, before the game, they connected and said hello to each other because, it's a very unique experience playing college basketball for your mom. And she actually invited Belle. She said, you should go to the meetings with your mom because I went to the meetings with my mom last year, and then if I go this year, we could hang out with each other. And after that happened, they had a long-standing conversation about basketball and about both of our teams without giving anything away because we thought we might meet up again in the tournament. But they have a very unique experience that they can share those conversations about, and I'm really glad they made that connection. I think they'll stay connected long-term.
Rebecca, you say goodbye to a special graduating class, but when you look at the young nucleus you have between Alyssa and Jada, how excited are you for the future and developing the young talent you have over the course of the next 3 to 4 years?
Yeah, I'm thrilled about all 6 of our returners. Really excited about our freshman class. Obviously, Jada's played a incredible role as a point guard in our program and will continue on in that capacity in our 2 point guard system. Alyssa had a historical freshman season, has opportunities to just continue to grow in every part of her game and is really focused on doing that and wants that type of instruction. And then really excited about Kira Brown and her long-term development, and Josiah Wallace and Mia Bergstrom and JT Tiggett. I mean, they're a good group. You saw some great things from JT Tiggett tonight, especially defensively, being able to do some damage against some of their good guards. So really excited. And in college basketball right now, if you can retain 6 players, you're ahead of the game on a lot of people. So really looking forward to that and excited about our recruits that we have signed and looking forward to what everybody's going to have to do in turn to finishing our recruiting in the portal.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you so much for your
Thank you,
time.
everybody, for the coverage.
Appreciate the time.
I'm looking forward to reading your book now.